Welcome back. You know, browsing the AI agent store, we always find some really interesting tools.
Definitely. And today, Keploy stood out. It's an open source AI agent aimed right at software testing.
Testing. Always a fun topic. So Keploy is trying to make that less painful, I take it.
That's the idea, yeah. It's really about efficiency, taking the complex, often tedious parts of testing and trying to streamline them.
Okay, so streamline how? What does Keploy actually do for the folks in the trenches, the devs, the QA engineers?
Well, its core function is to automatically generate tests. We're talking unit tests, integration tests, API tests,
Okay.
and importantly, it generates the necessary mocks as well, those stand-ins for other system parts.
Right, so you can test things in isolation.
Exactly. And the really clever part, it captures live traffic from your application, real user interactions.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and uses that to create what they call deterministic tests. So they reflect actual usage, making them more reliable.
Hmm.
Plus, it uses multiple AI models, multi-model LLMs, not just to generate tests, but also for self-healing. If a test breaks later, it tries to fix it.
Self-healing tests. Now that sounds useful.
It is. And it all plugs into your CI/CD pipeline, supports various languages.
Mhm.
It's pretty comprehensive.
All right, that's quite a feature set. It sounds incredibly useful. So who is this really built for? Who's going to feel the biggest impact right away?
I'd say software developers, definitely. QA engineers, DevOps folks, test automation engineers, back-end engineers. Basically anyone heavily involved in building and maintaining software.
Makes sense.
Think about the use cases. It can auto-generate Go unit tests right now. Java's coming soon, apparently.
All right.
It can build whole integration test suites with mocks just by recording that live traffic we mentioned.
Just from traffic. Wow.
Yeah. Or you can feed it things like open API specs or curl commands, even Postman collections, and it'll generate API tests from those.
Okay, versatile.
And getting all that generation and maintenance, like the self-healing, right into your CI/CD pipeline, that's a big time saver. Keeps tests consistently up to date with less manual effort.
Okay, this self-healing and automation that really catches my attention. How autonomous is Keploy? Are we talking set it and forget it, or does it still need a lot of human guidance?
They quote an 83% autonomy level.
83%.
Yeah, which basically means after you do the initial setup, it needs very little day-to-day intervention. It just sits there, captures traffic, generates tests, spots regressions, runs tests in the pipeline.
So what's the other 17% then?
Probably those really tricky edge cases, or maybe when you want to specifically review or tweak tests for super complex logic. But for the bulk of the work, it handles it.
Gotcha.
And here's something really unique. It doesn't just record HTTP or GraphQL calls. It also records and replays database interactions.
That's just huge.
It is. It supports things like Redis, MongoDB, various AWS clients.
Mhm.
Think about it. You often don't need to manually set up specific day-to-day states for tests or version control huge amounts of test data anymore.
Right, that's always pain.
Keploy just replays the interactions it recorded.
Yeah.
It massively simplifies the whole test environment setup,
Yeah.
and integrating it is apparently pretty straightforward, often just adding a few lines of code.
So it sounds like Keploy acts almost like an intelligent layer on top of your testing process, keeping things in check automatically. It helps cut through the noise, maybe avoid that feeling of being swamped by test maintenance.
Exactly. It provides that shortcut to, well, informed test automation.
Mm-hmm.
And it really makes you pause and think.
Yeah.
Just imagine the efficiency gains across teams when test maintenance isn't this constant time sink, when it's largely self-driven.
Hmm.
And it frees up so much capacity for, actual innovation, building features, rather than just fixing broken tests.
That's a powerful thought. Less debugging, more building. If you want to check out Keploy or find other agents doing interesting things like this, head over to aiagentstore.ai.
Definitely worth exploring.
And as always, thank you for rating the conversation.